And this is Killer Kyle, and it's that time again. It's fucking NXT TAKEOVER Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And, of course, the Royal Rumble, which we'll talk about in a bit, I guess. But first, we go to TAKEOVER NXT, which is in Philadelphia, as I just fucking said. It's gonna be fun, man. Like, NXT always delivers.
Oh, yeah.
And can't wait to see what kind of stuff they have for us.
Yeah, first major pay-per-view of the year, and usually pretty well. NXT is always good, and then Royal Rumble itself, well, should be good. Well, we'll talk about that a little bit later.
I think this is going to be a much better card. So, we're going to start from the bottom. As always, Wikipedia likes to start things from the top. Yeah, I just said that. Anyways.
Well, yeah.
And then we get to Cassius Ohno versus the Velveteen Dream.
You know, there wasn't really a whole lot of build-up to this match. I mean, this past week on NXT, it had Velveteen Dream against Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
Because Johnny put up his spot for the NXT Championship. And of course, Johnny ended up winning, which I was hoping pretty well he would. But for this match, it's like, okay, we want to still incorporate Velveteen Dream, but how do we do that? And he's not really in a substantial feud with anyone yet.
Yeah.
He's just kind of here and there as far as matches go. So what do we do with him? Well, let's use Cassius Ohno and see what happens.
I mean, there's a lot that they could do with the both of them. And I mean, Cassius Ohno is a really good wrestler. They could put with anybody, so why not throw him with Velveteen Dream?
Yeah.
Obviously, he's a lot better. People seem to like him.
Yeah.
So this would be an interesting match. They're both very good, unique competitors.
And it's not to say the match between Velveteen Dream and Cassius Ohno won't be good, because I'm sure it will be good. It's just a match that was kind of just thrown together.
Yeah, I know.
But, nevertheless.
But, yeah, you know, I think that if anything, it's probably going to be Velveteen Dream that wins. He's starting to get a bigger push.
Yeah.
And like I said, after his match with Aleister Black,
It
was clear that he pulled out all the stops.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and that's pretty cool. So, yeah, I think that...
And not to mention, like, him adapting the mind games part of wrestling, I guess you could say. Because, like, with his match against Aleister Black, he had the Rick Rude pants.
Yeah.
With picture of him on one side, of Aleister on the other side, and white, and all this other stuff. And then, with his match against Johnny, he was wearing a crop top Johnny wrestling shirt with, like, frills on it. It's like, okay, he started, like, before he was kind of using his words to mess with his opponents, I guess.
Yeah.
But now he's visually doing it as well, which I think is starting to turn his character. I don't really know if it's like more of a bad guy or just more of a arrogant side, perhaps.
Yeah, I think arrogance is a good way to put it. I mean, like I said, everyone seems to cheer for him, but at the same time, he plays the heel role very well. You know, like the arrogant side. He's very unique, like I said. Almost like a gold dust, but not really. I don't know if that's a good analogy.
Well, it seemed to be first with Velveteen Dream. He was good at, he had very good mic skills. Velveteen Dream was very good on the microphone. He could verbalize his thoughts, what he was going to do in the ring against whoever, and put it all together. And his in-ring skills are above par. He's very good in the ring, and especially with that like top rope elbow drop that he does, that's kind of like his finisher, is amazing. It just seemed to be there's kind of that one little extra element that was missing. And I think now that he's kind of adopted that visual mind game, I'm going to do whatever it takes to mess with you before a match or during the match, whatever, mindset, it's really starting to help him put it all together.
Yeah, no, I agree. You know, and props to Chris Hero here. Still has that really sharp elbow.
Oh yeah.
Just
He can put anybody out in a heartbeat.
hell yeah. It's gonna be amazing to see both of these two go at it, but I'm still gonna pick Velveteen Dream.
Yeah. With this match, it's kind of like Velveteen Dream with the athletic, high-flying, really good. He's basically a well-rounded competitor, and Cassius Ohno's the physical, aggressive, strong, striking wrestler. You kind of debate who's really going to win. Whether it's going to be speed, agility, and well-roundedness of Velveteen Dream, or whether it's going to be the physicality and the size of Ono that'll win. You say Velveteen Dream? I'm gonna go with total shot in the dark and just say Cassius Ono.
Well, it's gonna be a toss-up,
Yeah.
but we'll see when it gets there.
Yeah.
Can't wait. So now we go on to the Tag Team Championship match. We got Red Dragon versus
Authors of Pain.
And, yeah. I mean, here you got former Ring of Honor champions, former IWGP champions, and now you got the new NXT champions. These two have done it all except for, well,
Main roster tag
make
titles.
lost. So, they do have a lot of experience. And I'm not saying that Authors of Pain don't have a lot of experience. Christ, they got Paul Ellering as their tag manager.
Yeah.
So, in that, I don't know. Like, I like to think that I want to say Authors of Pain, but it's a really close call because I do want to see Fish and O'Reilly as the tag team champions longer than, you know. I don't want them to lose on Saturday, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, you've got these two powerhouses who will kick their ass, and they'll do whatever they can, and I know they're going to probably regain the tag team championship.
As good as Fish and O'Reilly are as a tag team, and as much experience as they have in the ring, being with Ring of Honor, and New Japan, and for wherever else they were before that, you've got two big, physical, strong, aggressive bulls like Akam and Razar.
Yeah.
It's going to be a real, true test of the skills with Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah, I look at this team, and I think, yeah, they can possibly win back the tag team championship. There's no doubt in my mind. It's just, I really want to see how far Red Dragon can go.
It's one of those things where it's like Fish and O'Reilly probably can retain the titles. It's just going to be a matter of what they're willing to do and how far they're willing to go to keep the titles. And with the Authors of Pain, it's just a matter of getting their hands on Fish and O'Reilly and just physically dominating them and probably ending the match as quickly as possible. I mean, fuck, you saw, I'm sure, probably what Takeover and Rizard did to those two guys on NXT there this week.
Oh, hell yeah. That was it.
Just basically go in the ring, boot them in the face, double Death Valley Driver in the corner, cut a promo in English and in Armenian, and then hit them with the Super Collider. And yes, the Authors of Pain have just recently started speaking English, so
yeah,
that's different.
Well, this is what I hate. Well, I don't hate it. It's just annoying. If you have a wrestler who is from a different country and you have a manager that can talk for them, I don't find it necessary for the wrestler to speak any English. And,
Or speak at all.
Or speak at all. You had Rusev speak Bulgarian, and then all of a sudden he speaks English.
Right.
So now you've got Akam and Razor, they're speaking English. When there's no point in having Paul Ellering anymore. I mean, what for? He was their voice.
Right.
And it's just now that I recently found out that Yokozuna spoke English after, like, in mid-96.
Yeah,
And
pretty much.
that's how much I watched it back then. Anyways, but yeah, so...
Yeah, for years you thought the only word Yokozuna knew in English was bonsai.
Yeah.
And then once him and Owen split up, there goes the English.
I know.
Fluent as can be.
Well, yeah. But see, back then I thought he was Japanese. And then later find out he's part of the... I don't want to try. Yeah. So, I'm gonna go with... I'm gonna go with Authors of Pain.
Yeah.
Because I know the damage they can inflict. And I don't think Adam Cole is gonna be in Fish and O'Reilly's corner. That's just not...
Probably not.
So, yeah, I'm...
Yeah, and it's one of those things where as much as you would like to go with Fish and O'Reilly, there's just that element that really pushes you towards the Authors of Pain.
Yeah.
I'm gonna agree with you, man. I think, it's like I said, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, I'm sure can retain the tag titles. It's just what degree are they willing to go to keep those titles?
Right.
And with the Authors of Pain, it can just be a one and done deal. So, can Fish and O'Reilly keep the tag titles? Yes. Will they? Probably not against guys like Takeover and Rizard, the Authors of Pain.
I hate to be that subtle, but that's just how I...
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy, but it's true. Like, I think they're gonna easily win back the tag titles.
Yeah.
So... Women's NXT Championship, we've got Ember Moon taking on Shayna. I don't give a fuck, Baszler.
Yeah, really, eh?
And I just saw the sit down they had, and it's like, basically, Shayna Baszler is the female Brock Lesnar.
Essentially.
She doesn't give a flying fuck, and she'll do whatever she wants, and
whenever she wants, however she wants, or whoever she wants.
And she thinks it's gonna be okay,
Yeah.
So, Ember Moon, again, another one of those wrestlers, and it's like, okay, when I saw Beth Phoenix, I thought she was like a powerhouse,
Oh,
and she is like
she
a,
was. Oh,
she,
yeah, she absolutely was.
But when she opened her mouth, she sounded like a sweet young girl, and the body didn't match the voice. I guess I'm trying. I guess
Were you expecting her to have a deeper voice?
a little bit, yeah. So now, yeah,
Sound like a dude.
I don't know. That's kind of, well, she was on the line of like China, sort
Yeah.
of, and so it's like, yeah, who knew? But anyways,
Almost like when you seen them in the ring and how dominant they were and how physically strong they were and
Yeah.
whatever. You weren't expecting them to talk, and then when they did talk, it's like, okay.
but Ember Moon is one of those women. She came in. She has the red contact things.
Yeah, their contacts, definitely.
And she just has that, cosmic presence. And so when she opens her mouth, she doesn't look like she sounds, or sound like whatever. So
Yeah.
it almost ruined it for me, but at the same time, when she gets pissed off, you kind of see like a monstrous voice or whatever come out of her. I don't know, that doesn't make too much sense, but
Amber's one of those people that when she gets in the ring, she can go with the best of them. And then when she talks, she is very soft spoken. There's something that she feels strongly about. She kind of gets that bravado about her. It almost reminds me somewhat of Triple H. When he talked, yes, he's got the deep voice and he can get his point across really well. But when he went into like Triple H mode, he got more into it, more of like a deeper voice and kind of put a rasp in there and
yeah.
just really to put an emphasis on what he was saying. And with that interview with her and Shayna, her talking about, being NXT Women's Champion and being leader of the NXT Women's locker room and how passionate she is about it, she really put it through in her voice.
Yes.
Whereas with Shayna, it was just kind of a cocky, condescending.
Yeah. I'll take your title, and that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a good match. I mean, I think Shayna Baszler is that pit bull that can probably take her title just like that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun just to see that. But it's true, if she does lock it, and then there's no chance. New champion. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm gonna say Shayna Baszler, because I'm sure Ember Moon can take her out, but she's gonna have to pull out all the stops. Because, like I said, female Brock Lesnar, she can do a lot of damage.
For me, as much as it would be cool to see Shayna with the NXT Women's Championship, I really don't see it being her time yet. I really don't. She's fairly gifted in the ring. She's got the MMA background to show. She can submit anybody in a heartbeat, but she hasn't fully developed herself yet as a notable threat to the NXT Women's Championship. As much as what she did to Dakota Kai, as much as her going back and forth with Lacey Evans, as much as she's gotten under the skin of Ember Moon, yes, she's physically dominant. Yes, she's got kind of that Brock Lesnar attitude and way of thinking and style. As much as she's really putting herself out there as kind of like the MMA fighter who's gone to wrestling, it's too soon.
I know.
It's way, way too soon. Couple, 2, 3, 4 months down the road, fine. Right now, too soon. I'm going Ember Moon.
Alright, well, like I said, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But it's true, you got these, well, not just Brock Lesnar, Ken Shamrock. In fact, I think Ken Shamrock wanted to fight Brock Lesnar at one point.
Oh, probably.
That would have been fucking amazing.
That would have been interesting.
Brutal. But, so...
Yeah, Extreme Rules match between Aleister Black and Adam Cole, baby!
It's gonna be fun. I love Extreme Rules matches. And of course, we're in Philadelphia, the birthplace of ECW. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be cool because once again you have Aleister Black, this guy who is pretty much undefeated
Yeah.
in NXT. And you know, he's been to Progress and he appeared at the British Championship tournament.
Yes.
So it's like, you got a guy that has been undefeated. The only thing that really took him down was the Undisputed Era.
Yes.
So, with that, I mean, Adam Cole, obviously, a guy who's been multiple champion in Ring of Honor, who is a great wrestler in himself and dominated most of the War Games.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking forward to seeing what this match is going to bring. You know, are they going to have a great fight in the ramp? Are they going to use the announce table? How the hell are these two going to tear each other down?
Yeah.
But, at the same time, who knows what's going to happen, you know? Like, Aleister Black is undefeated. How can you take down Aleister Black and pin him?
Yeah.
You know, or take him down long enough.
To pin him.
You know, yeah, so it's gonna be cool just to see what they're gonna do to tear each other down.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to that for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, going back to Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly against the Authors of Pain, what would Fish and O'Reilly be willing to do? How far would they be willing to take it? What depths will they go to keep the NXT tag titles is much the same as what is Adam Cole willing to do? How far is he willing to take it? What depths will they go to? How far will he stoop to beat a guy like Aleister Black? And with Aleister Black, okay, he's got wicked strong kicks,
Oh yeah.
really strong strikes. He's very good in the ring. He's agile, he's athletic. He's done some things that usually you don't see guys his size do. And when he gets in the ring with Adam, what will he do when he gets his hands on a weapon? A chair, a candlestick, a trash can lid, a table, maybe a ladder, etc., etc. I think Adam Cole has probably put Aleister on his shoulders and kind of give him a backbreaker across a steel chair, and there's been little hints about what Adam is capable of as far as, like, maybe not necessarily weapons per se, but using his surroundings to his advantage. Like when Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly took out Sanity backstage before Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly was supposed to defend the tag titles against Killian Dane and Eric Young and Aleister Wolf, whatever it was. So there's been subtle hints as to what Adam can do in an environment somewhat extreme, but with Aleister Black, us not having seen him use weapons before and just use his overall skill set, you put a weapon in that man's hands, who knows what he's capable of.
Oh yeah, and he can do it too.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just thinking right now, the match with him and Michael Elgin, that was years and years ago. And this was back when he was turning heel.
Uh,
And just the fact that he can go with a bigger guy and
yeah.
kick his ass. I'm not sure what the finish was. I can't remember what it was, but it was still awesome. And it just shows you that Adam Cole can go with the bigger guys.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be very awesome just to see what kind of weapons they use.
And how extreme will they get?
Oh, yeah. So I'm really looking forward to that match.
You know, it was a while ago, Matt and I did our top 10 favorite matches, and I
Yeah.
put on my list the match between Nikki Cross and Asuka when they had their... It was either a last woman standing match or a Falls Count Anywhere match, whatever, and watching Asuka, with the trash can and, them going off the ladder through the announce table and like a suplex. Women wrestling really has gone higher up as far as, I guess you could say, equaling or trying to equal the men. So with that and this match coming up, it's like, okay, can Aleister and Adam follow that? Maybe top that? Like Matt said, it's different when you're, in a steel cage with a bunch of other guys and what you are going to do in that moment, in that match, to thrive. And, Adam did fairly well for himself in that match. Can he take that and incorporate weapons and kind of mesh the two together against Aleister Black? It'd be cool to see.
Yeah.
With Aleister Black's strong style, you could say, and being hard-hitting, strong kicks, vicious strikes, and then, what he can do athletically, taking him and put him in an extreme environment with weapons and using his strong striking style and weapons and putting that together in a match against Adam Cole. Sky's the limit, man.
Oh, yeah.
Sky's the fucking limit.
Like I said, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. And I love Extreme Rules matches.
Yeah.
So it's going to be fun for me anyways, just to see how far they go.
Yeah.
And I always say that I wonder if they're going to bust one another open. Like, it's like, War Games was kind of, there was a little bit of blood, but it was not like gushing, and that's fine, but, let's see how far they go if they ever do that in this match.
Yeah, with the War Games match, it was one of those things where, yes, a couple of people bled, but it was
natural.
Yeah.
Which should be, but anyways.
Yeah.
So, in any case, I would like to say Aleister Black.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of where I'm going with this, because
Right.
Aleister Black did get a beat down from the Undisputed Era, so it's time for him to get
Retribution, yeah.
Yes.
Get his. Yeah. He got his comeuppance, so it's his turn to do the comeuppance.
Yes.
To get the one over on Adam Cole in this match.
But it's still going to be a cool match.
I think so.
So, main event, we got Andre Cien Almas.
Close enough.
What?
Close enough.
Okay. Versus Mr. Wrestling himself, Johnny Gargano.
There we go.
Well, whatever. Anyways,
Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano.
it's gonna be cool. And this was a good match. It was for the NXT Championship. And I really don't know. When I saw the match afterwards, Johnny Wrestling was attacked by Andreas. And got attacked. I thought, oh, okay, maybe we'll see a new champion on Saturday. But then Johnny Gargano gets up from the ring after being tossed out of the ring. And I thought, that's one bad motherfucker.
Right.
So then he attacks Andrea, and then he looks at the belt. Everyone in the audience, pick it up, pick it up. It's like, why? He's gonna jinx himself. What does he do? So now Saturday, I'm not too sure. I am not sure what's gonna happen, and I'm hoping that maybe, well, with the exception of Zelina,
Yeah.
Johnny Gargano can overcome the odds.
You know, the fans, bar none, have gotten completely behind Johnny Gargano. And they're pulling for him, and, you know, they really want to see him go to the next level and be a singles champion. I don't know if Andrade Cien Almas is the right guy for him to take it from.
Yeah.
Would it be cool to see? Fucking right it would be. But with the previous two matches with Johnny and Almas getting one up on Johnny with a little bit of help from Zelina, it could go Andrade's way. However, if Johnny can stay focused and put what he says into action and really focus, really still be that determined guy that really wants to ultimately beat Andrade Cien Almas and of course be the NXT champion, he can for sure get it done. You know, they say third time's the charm. Will it? Hopefully. Can it be? We'll see.
I couldn't see two. Okay, so there's two things that I could see Johnny not getting the belt. So, you got Andrea and you got Zelina. Zelina's a great distraction.
Right.
She always has been. So there's that. But also, you can have a returning Tommaso Ciampa, who can very well be a good distraction. So, who knows what's going to happen. Do I want Johnny to win? For sure, but I don't see it happening now that I saw what I saw when I watched it yesterday.
You know, I think if they were to have Tommaso Ciampa come back and cost Johnny the championship, it would build up a feud between the two of them that should have happened after Tommaso turned on Johnny at TAKEOVER, whatever the fuck it was, way back when. But then Tommaso ended up getting injured and he's been out for over a year. And so would it would make sense to have Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa in a feud. I just don't think it would make that much sense to have the feud start off of possibly Tommaso costing Johnny the championship. I mean, okay, he could have Tommaso possibly cost Johnny the championship, and Johnny get really pissed off and be like, we were friends, we were tag team partners, we ran together, we roomed together, we ate together, we trained together, yada yada yada. And then you turned your back on me, and then you cost me an opportunity at the NXT Championship, and run with that. I just don't see it fully going over.
Okay,
As much sense as it would make, they'd have to work it out well enough to go, okay, we got Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa feuding, let's go with it.
no, you're right, but let's say, okay, if Cien wins, then who should beat him for the title?
Maybe... Who knows? Maybe Cassius Ohno, maybe Adam Cole, maybe Aleister Black,
Yeah.
potentially. Maybe who's another one?
Eric Young.
Eric Young, yeah.
Eric Young. No Way Jose. Maybe. Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah, it's, who knows, but it's gonna be a good match. I mean, this is gonna be a good card. So for me, I'm just gonna say Andreas Cien LMS. Why not? Yeah.
I mean, the probability of almost keeping the title is quite high. The potential for Gargano to win the championship is very high. It's like I said, if Johnny can not get distracted by Zelina, stay determined, be focused, be solo on Andrade, he probably could win the championship.
Yeah.
I also think that Andrade probably should run with the title a little bit longer, only to see what kind of a champion he can be.
Yeah.
Because he's only held the title since TAKEOVER Houston.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
call it 3 months roughly?
Well, yeah.
2 to 3 months roughly? So,
Maybe he can hold it till Mania.
potentially,
Take
yeah.
over New Orleans. That would be interesting.
And you know, another thing about it too is, this is really Andrade's first defense of the title since having the title.
Yes.
Because
that's
it
true.
was basically, he won the title from McIntyre at TakeOver Houston, and then basically a long break for like the holidays,
Right.
and to look back at NXT and all this other stuff. And then when NXT picked back up, it was quite a little bit before we even saw Andrade on TV. So, them putting Johnny and him together in a match for the championship, it's a good idea. It's just, we haven't really seen completely what Andrade is going to be like as champion. Okay, yes, he's got that cocky side, that arrogant side, that I'm better than you side, that
Yeah.
somewhat laid back, relaxed, not give a shit attitude.
Almost like Alberto El Patron.
Sort of.
Yeah.
But with Zelina Vega having brought him around to be aggressive, be focused, be nonchalant in the ring is what really has led him to the championship. Now it's just a matter of, okay, he's champion, this is his first title defense, what can he do, and what will he do?
Yeah, for sure. I like to see what this guy can do.
Oh, yeah.
He's got to prove himself a little bit more. I
Yeah.
didn't think about that, but it is true. You know, he's had the belt since TakeOver Houston, so it's like if this is his first title defense, let's see how far this guy can go. So,
Absolutely.
and change my answer. I'm gonna say Andrade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucked it up, didn't I? Anyways,
As much as it would be nice to see Johnny with the title, with the fact that it being Andrade's first title defense, and him needing to prove himself as champion, I'm kind of leaning more towards Andrade, just because it's what will Andrade be like as champion.
yes.
And then I'm sure at some point they're probably gonna have Johnny win the championship. Maybe. We'll see. But for right now, it's what will Andrade be like as champion, and what will Johnny do to be champion?
Yeah, for sure.
What will Andrade do to stay champion, and what will Johnny do to become champion? Let's put it that way.
Yeah, for sure. No, it'll be an interesting match. And it'll be an interesting show. Like I said, NXT never disappoints. You know, it's a better wrestling show than Raw or Smackdown or even 205. So they're gonna be a great asset. That's gonna be a great show.
And you know, here's one more thing just quickly. I find a lot lately they're showing certain wrestlers' workout routine, a training regimen, at the WWE Performance Center with, what's his name? He's like a coach, training, fitness coach with Performance Center. Anyways, and what they showed was Zelina Vega, believe it or not, doing some chin-ups, which that woman really doesn't need to do much working out. She's friggin' AJ Lee size, practically.
Yeah.
But then she kind of gets down and she looks agitated. And they show her walking, and she's walking over to Andrade, and he's on his cell phone. He's probably on Twitter or whatever, and like, I didn't really listen to it, so I don't really know what was said, but it was like Zelina was trying to make sure that Andrade was ready for the match at TakeOver, and Andrade was like, I'm ready, I'm just on Twitter, on social media, whatever, and Zelina's like, no, you have to be in this 100%, and, you know, they're going back and forth and whatever. And then one of the big things they do is they have, like, I think it's like a tractor tire or whatever on its side on the floor, and they take a sledgehammer and they'll hit the tire with a sledgehammer. And I think it's like a endurance thing or whatever. So he starts doing that, and he's like really getting into it, like swinging the sledgehammer hard, and it's like, this is Johnny Gargano, this is what I'm gonna do to him, whatever. And then you see Zelina motivating him, and then they got this whiteboard, and they have the Johnny Wrestling logo thing, like the winky face with the straight line mouth, and anyway. And she takes a red marker, and she kind of draws like an extra, but you can see when she does it, she kind of does it quickly, so it doesn't really completely make an X. It just kind of like a line and then like half a line. But that to me was like, okay, this is interesting because like as much as Andrade wants to be not really, as much as Andrade's not really giving too much of a shit about the match against Johnny, like, he's probably like, I beat him twice, I can beat him again, whatever. But Zelina's like, no. You're the NXT champion. You have to be ready at all times, no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
So that was kind of cool. That was interesting to see, but yeah, watching Vega do these chin-ups, I was like, girl, you are in wicked shape. If you do any kind of workout, it's only to maintain the figure you've got, girl. You don't need to do any work.
Oh, shit.
Damn, you're in good shape.
Watching, Liv Morgan.
Oh, Liv Morgan, yeah.
And those two intense workout. Like, these skinny girls, you know, obviously they're fit, but like they're doing the fucking lifting up the 80-pound whatever barbells.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck. That's crazy.
Yeah? Like, you think working out, just going to a gym and working out is hard? Try doing what these motherfuckers do.
Oh, I know. It's fucking insane.
I mean, shit. Watching friggin'... Like, there is even one video I seen on my phone, and it was just kind of like a group workout session, and pretty much everybody's working out with, like, a good chunk of chain, and it's, like, the thick length chain, and they're, like, holding their arms out to the side like this, and then slowly lowering their arms down with the chain, and then, like, have the chain across their midsection, and, like, do chin-ups with it, and it's like, holy shit. Or even friggin' watching, like, Triple H do a midnight workout, him having, like, a chain across his back and doing push-ups, and then pushing the sled with the weights on it, and then him doing a bench press with, like, I don't know, 180 pounds of barbell on it, and then 2 chains on either side, bench press with it, and all
If I did that, I'd be in the hospital.
Oh, fuck.
But anyways, NXT TakeOver Philadelphia is gonna be awesome. I can't wait to see it. And so, should I tell them?
Go for it.
So, next month, like I said before, there was a little surprise. Or, yeah, something like that.
A little something that we found out about that we have been holding back on telling you guys about, but I think now's the time.
So, February 24th, NXT is going to be in Ontario, St. Catharines, Toronto. February 24th is going to be NXT Live in Peterborough at the Memorial Center. And yours truly is going to be there. I don't know if you got any more information yet.
I mean, I'd like to go. It'll be just a matter of how do I get a ticket?
Sure. I don't know if they're sold out yet or not, but I know that I'll be there. It's gonna be interesting for a number of reasons, but yeah, it's gonna be cool to see everybody there. I can't wait. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So this is gonna be a good show. I know I said Saturday, but that's tomorrow. So tomorrow night. Any final words?
Oh, NXT TakeOver is definitely gonna be a good show. It'll be interesting to see how all the matches go, how all the matches turn out. Who's gonna become champion, who's gonna stay champion, what's gonna happen between Aleister Black and Adam Cole, and, Velveteen Dream and Casazono is certainly gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the hardcore match.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to the tag team title match. It's gonna be fun. Even Shayna Baszler
Yeah.
in her debut pay-per-view, I think is gonna be awesome. So anyways, this has been NXT TakeOver prediction show, and
Yeah.
we'll see you in a bit for Royal Rumble. It's gonna be interesting. Talk to you soon.